No matter who you are a fan of, please subscribe to support me. Thank you, love you all very much. Who would win in a fight, Rune King Thor or Michael Demiurgos? In a battle between Rune King Thor and Michael Demiurgos is overwhelmingly superior. His demiurgic power, which stems from the source, allows him to control creation, time, reality, and life, far surpassing Rune King Thor's cosmic and runic magic, despite RKT's immense power to destroy universes and defeat cosmic entities like Mangog. Michael operates on a higher plane of existence, similar to Lucifer Morningstar, and his infinite power makes him nearly invincible against even Marvel's most powerful beings. Rune King Thor is considered the pinnacle of Thor's power, achieved after he sacrificed his eyesight to drink from the Well of Mimir, gaining omniscience, and hung himself from Yggdrasil to fully comprehend rune magic. This state allows him to grasp the past, present, and future of every aspect related to the gods in the 9 realms. The fusion of Rune and Odin Force unlocks the ability to manipulate reality on a cosmic scale, where concepts and existence can be altered by thought. With a mere thought, Thor can erase opponents from existence, as he did with Mangog. This power was further demonstrated when Thor shattered the loom of fate, ending the endless cycle of Ragnarok. This power is not limited to destruction, but also extends to restructuring cosmic order according to his awakened will. His omniscience allows Thor to see the causes and effects of all events within the 9 realms, enabling him to act with absolute precision. With Rune and Odin Force unified, he can control time, space, laws, and destiny at their deepest levels. All concepts of limitation become obsolete before a power that transcends conventional mythology. Ending the Ragnarok loop was not just a victory, but also a liberation for future history and the very concept of existence. From that moment, a new, stable, and sustainable order was established, no longer subject to coercive control. Rune King Thor's greatest foes are known as those who sit above in shadow. These are mysterious divine beings that exist beyond normal perception and maintain their power by siphoning energy from Asgard's destructive Ragnarok cycle. They manipulate fate and cosmic order to prolong their shadowy dominion. Rune King Thor is the only entity wise and powerful enough to see through their true nature and cut off the energy source that sustains their existence. This act was not merely a confrontation, but also the termination of an imposed cycle that had spanned countless eons. Rune King Thor's power reached a level where he could identify and challenge the hidden layers of dominion behind all myths. Thanks to his omniscience, Thor fully understood the mechanics of the Ragnarok loop and how energy was siphoned to sustain the shadowy power. Thor's intervention was not impulsive, but guided by absolute awareness and the goal of freeing Asgard from unseen control. When the nourishing source was severed, the ancient order collapsed, leading to the dissolution of the fate-imposing system. Michael Demiurgos is one of the first 2 entities born from the presence, representing the creator's absolute creative power within the DC Vertigo system. Michael wields primordial energy that allows for the direct formation of matter from nothingness, laying the foundation for all cosmic structures. If Lucifer symbolizes the will to shape order, then Michael is the power that brings that reality into existence. Michael's power reaches a state of near omnipotence, second only to the presence. When this power is fully unleashed, the entire multiverse can be destroyed or recreated in a single instant. Michael's existence is inextricably linked to the universe's existence. Michael's power operates on the principle of absolute creation and is not influenced by emotion. The energy he wields is always in a stable state, and once unleashed, it can initiate or conclude all cosmic structures. This presence maintains the foundational existence where the order of space, time, and reality converge. All of Michael's actions are balanced to preserve the continuity of creation. Therefore, Michael rarely intervenes directly, as each movement creates far-reaching, immeasurable ripples of consequence. When his power weakens, the universe immediately becomes unstable and approaches disintegration. In fact, there's a belief that the combined power of Lucifer and Michael could rival God, placing the 2 brothers on that level of power. Michael alone has consistently proven capable of pushing Lucifer to the brink of defeat in direct confrontations. He is established as the most powerful servant of the presence, and was entrusted with the task of creating the multiverse alongside Lucifer and Gabriel. Michael also continuously renews every moment and every atom throughout all of creation, including hyperversal realms such as Limbo, the Monitor Sphere, and the Source Wall. This superior power allows Michael to overpower all angels, causing even the seraphim to fear him. That power was clearly demonstrated when the Spectre was defeated with just one blow in an attempt to enter heaven to reclaim James Corrigan's soul. Michael Demiurgos once stated that within him resides the dunamis Demiurgos, the power of God, and should he cease to exist, that energy would surge forth, engulfing all forms of existence. Michael's power lies not just in pure strength, but also in his role in the continuous renewal of creation. Every passing moment is renewed by the flow of dunamis Demiurgos energy, coursing through all layers of reality. Thanks to this, the order of space, time, and the nature of matter always maintain absolute stability. When Michael is present, the universe operates in harmony, without chaos. When that power is threatened, the entire structure of existence immediately shakes violently. Michael's dunamis Demiurgos is considered a source of power capable of destroying all forms of existence if unleashed on an uncontrolled scale. The Demiurgic power is potent enough to shatter the primary multiverse, which is considered infinite as it encompasses countless creations denied existence within the Silent Castle. This also means that this power could erase the multiverse created by Lucifer. However, Michael has never used the dunamis Demiurgos at its maximum potential when confronting Lucifer, because a full-scale explosion would lead to the erasure of all existing structures. Lucifer was able to survive a decisive blow thanks to his ability to redirect that energy to form a new multiverse in a separate cosmic void. If not channeled outside the main reality, the demiurgic energy would detonate from Michael's very being, sweeping away all of creation. The dunamis Demiurgos exists as the foundational energy that maintains the structure of reality and all operating laws. When controlled, it ensures the continuous stability of the universe and its various spatial layers. When uncontrolled, it becomes the endpoint for all forms of existence. Michael, therefore, always maintains absolute restraint over this power. Every decision to use it is carefully weighed based on its widespread consequences. Lucifer's survival does not reflect a weakness in Michael, but rather demonstrates the intricate sophistication in how he directs the energy of creation. After entering the old god's slumber to maintain cosmic order, Rune King Thor sensed an unusual fluctuation spreading across all planes of existence. At the base of Yggdrasil, a reality rift formed and began expanding at an alarming rate. Michael Demiurgos was moving through dimensions, either searching for Lucifer or fulfilling the will of the presence. The immense Demiurgos energy radiating from him caused Yggdrasil to shake violently, and severe cracks began to appear. Rune King Thor immediately manifested, demanding the stranger leave the area to protect the stability of the Nine Realms. Michael, with his proud and direct nature, refused to offer an explanation, believing that the authority of an archangel could not be questioned by a local deity. The surrounding space quickly became tense as two opposing powers coexisted. Rune King Thor observed and assessed the nature of the Demiurgos energy, recognizing the potential threat to Yggdrasil's structure. For Thor, protecting the Nine Realms was an absolute responsibility, and he would not permit any intrusion, even if it originated from a higher will. Michael did not view his actions as an intrusion, but rather as a necessary step within the broader cosmic order of creation. The disagreement was not about power, but about the perception of authority and the scope of intervention. As their two wills clashed, the fabric of reality began to fluctuate intensely. That moment signaled an unavoidable confrontation between local order and primal creative power. Rune King Thor proactively initiated combat, wielding Mjolnir combined with the Odin Force to unleash bolts of lightning capable of tearing apart the very structure of space. Michael Demiurgos remained still, allowing his self-enveloping aura to completely absorb the force of the attack. Immediately after, Michael retaliated with a gaze imbued with cosmic force, sending Thor hurtling across multiple galaxies. Realizing that direct power was ineffective, Thor shifted to activating rune magic to interfere with the very foundation of existence. Thor attempted to rewrite Michael's reality, aiming to erase his presence from the timeline. In that moment, Thor was stunned to realize that Michael was not bound by fate or time. Michael existed before the concept of time itself was formed. Michael asserted that while Thor could influence the destinies of the divine realms, the power of creation lay in his hands. The entire surrounding space fell into absolute stillness. Layers of reality overlapped under the pressure of two powers beyond comprehension. Rune King Thor clearly felt the limits of his rune magic when confronted with primal creative force. All ancient symbols faded before a presence unconstrained by predetermined order. Michael needed no complex actions, as his very presence was the foundation of creation. The radiating Demiurgos energy caused both physical and metaphysical laws to fluctuate wildly. Thor understood that this was not merely a battle, but a clash between stewardship and genesis. Michael made his final decision and unleashed a tiny fraction of the dunamis Demiurgos. This energy was not meant to destroy physical structures, but to directly overwrite the foundational reality of Rune King Thor. Thor channeled all his life force and rune power to create an ultimate shield, aiming to push Michael into the void. However, that defense quickly shattered like glass under the pressure. Michael approached and placed a hand on Thor's shoulder. The sheer weight of infinite creative power forced Rune King Thor, who had once defeated those who sit above, in shadow, to his knees under the spiritual burden. Michael did not finish off his opponent, but departed in a radiant burst of light. Thor stood silently, and for the first time in millennia, clearly felt his own insignificance before powers that transcended the universe he protected. Rune King Thor understood that his power, though reaching its apex, still belonged to a limited order. The dunamis Demiurgos did not confront, but rather imposed the foundation of creation upon all existing concepts. This weight did not cause physical pain, but rather shook the very notion of control. Thor realized that his duty to protect the 9 realms was merely a tiny part of an infinite tapestry. Michael existed beyond metaphysical challenges that would destroy lesser beings. Michael Demiurgos wins. So guys, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Love you much.